Hello and welcome back to our channel Dr. Square. This is Dr. Muhammad Awais. This series is on how to analyze Twitter data using NVivo. And if you have been following along, you have already learned how to download and install NVivo, capture social media datasets, and how to clean your data inside NVivo. In today's video, as I promised in the last video of this playlist, we are diving into the exciting world of automation within NVivo. But before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon button so you never miss any of our upcoming videos. Let's begin by revisiting the datasets we have already imported into NVivo in our previous videos. This is the hashtag data of #MeToo campaign, which contain more than 15,000 tweets if you could remember. And this is the hashtag of Pakistan Super League, which is a cricket league in Pakistan. This is the Twitter dataset of a profile, Babar Azam, who is the captain of Pakistan cricket team. And this is the general search query result. I mean, you have searched something on Twitter and then you got some results and then you saved those results into dataset. In this case, we searched environment issue, then we saved all the search results as dataset. By the way, you can and you should use your own datasets to apply whatever we are going to discuss in this video. If you right click on any dataset, you will see an option AutoCode. This is the topic of our today's video. I mean, what is AutoCoding, how does it work, what are the benefits of using it, and when to use it. And then I will show you a practical demonstration of this option as well. So if you hit at this option, NVivo offers a powerful auto-coding functions that can save you valuable time in your analysis. First, let's start with the introduction of all auto-coding functions one by one that NVivo have. The first option is identify themes. NVivo's algorithm works its magic by identifying nouns and noun phrases in your datasets, and it creates parent codes for nouns and child codes for subsequent noun phrases. The second option is identify themes. By that function, NVivo scans the text for sentiment carrying words. If you hit at next, you will be prompted to choose one among three options: code sentences, code paragraphs, code entire cell. This is appropriate if the whole tweet you want to code into certain codes. But if you choose code sentences, it will assign positive or negative scores to those sentiment carrying words in your sentences. For instance, defeat is a negative word, but crunching defeat is very negative. And NVivo further categorize sentiments as moderately negative and very negative. It will show you the neutral thing as well. By that way, it will give you deeper insights into the data's emotional tone. We will do that practical part in our next video when we finish discussing the identify themes function. Now let's talk about this third option, speaker name. You know, this is not available for Twitter dataset. This is applicable when there are more than one speakers are present in a file, and that file got a structure like speaker A's text, then speaker B's text, so on and so forth. We will delve into this option in our next playlist where we will focus on interviews. So stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon button. Fourth option, use style and structure. This option comes into play when you have formatted your text in a specific style, for example, heading 1 in MS Word. To use this option, you have to have given your file a particular style or structure in any text editing software like MS Word. So NVivo can sniff that style from it and can do the auto-coding accordingly. We will cover this option when we consider interviews as our data files in our next playlist. Last option, existing coding patterns. This feature is especially useful when you have already coded a substantial portion of your content, and NVivo will analyze your coding patterns and apply that pattern to the remaining part of your files. For example, if you have 100 interview files and you have done manual coding on 10 files, then you have developed your own algorithm, you have developed your own vocabulary, you have developed your own pattern. So based on that pattern, NVivo will code the remaining 90 files into certain codes that you choose, and NVivo will not use its own library but your pattern based on which you have coded those previous 10 interview files to certain codes. We will provide a detailed walkthrough in the interview section, so keep an eye for that as well. Let's get back to how to identify themes in AutoCode wizard. Before applying it to any file, let it be Twitter dataset, let it be survey file, interview file, any text file, we should know when we can and when we should perform it. So when to use this identify themes option? It can be used for initial exploration. I mean, one key application is during the initial stages of your analysis. It can help you get a quick overview of what your data might offer in terms of themes. By running this automated process early on, you can identify potential areas of interest and gain a preliminary understanding of the dataset's content. And second useful thing this identify themes automated function could offer is comparison with manual coding. I mean, you can compare the results of automated theme identification with your manual coding. This can be beneficial at any point in your analysis. If the automated themes align with your manual codes, it reinforces the reliability of your manual coding process. Conversely, if there are significant differences, it prompts you to reevaluate and possibly refine your manual codes. For example, do manual coding on half of the tweets and then automated identifying themes function on the other half and compare. This can reveal interesting insights about the consistency or variation in themes across your data sets. So in short, it provides a snapshot of potential themes without the need of exhaustive manual coding as well as other options that I just discussed. Disclaimer, however, be prepared. Not all identified themes may immediately make sense. I will get back to this point later. Now let me apply AutoCoding by identify themes option on one of these files. Let's take into consideration this profile dataset of a sportsman Babar Azam. Right click on that profile dataset, AutoCode, next. Here I also want to tell you that when we are using this AutoCode wizard for the first time to identify themes or to identify sentiments, it will download a vocabulary or a dataset of around 250 MBs for the first time only. Then you can apply AutoCoding function anytime, and that process is just a baby boy stuff. I mean, you just need to hit yes or okay when it prompts you for that and it will be downloaded. Anyways, these are the themes that have been identified by this AutoCoding function. You can see this theme doesn't make any sense, so you can deselect it. And if you see happy and if you click on this plus button, you will see happy birthday, happy retirement, HTTPS. You can deselect that child theme as well. So you will see different nouns and noun phrases, nouns as parent codes and noun phrases as child codes. As I told you earlier, not all identified themes may immediately make sense. In our next video, we will address how to tackle this issue and extract meaningful insights from our automated theme analysis. Anyways, you can check other themes as well. And by simply hitting at finish, these automated identified themes will be saved into this codes tab. Let's try to apply this on some other file as well. This was a profile dataset. Now let's take into consideration this search query result dataset. Right click, AutoCode, identified themes, next. So you see there are different themes that have been automatically identified by NVivo. Issues, hit plus special issue, key issue, status issue, environmental issue, electoral issue, and then the noun phrases containing issue. Then environment, different types of environment, and then emotional safety, people, economy, government, fuel, rogue government, and then again HTTPS. If you hit at it, workers, you can skim through the subcodes as well, and if it doesn't make sense, just simply deselect it. Now you have to hit next. Now it will ask you code sentences, code paragraphs, code entire cells for dataset. This is very important. Let's take into consideration the fuel economy. I mean, if you want to code the whole sentence that has fuel economy into the code of fuel economy, then select this option. And if you want to code the whole paragraph that contains fuel economy anywhere inside that paragraph, then select this option. If you want to code the whole tweet that contains fuel economy in it to that fuel economy theme, then select this option. I'm considering code sentences for now. Now hit at next. Where you want to save these automated generated themes. Under codes, there will be a new folder called AutoCoded themes. You can rename it. I'm leaving it as is. Hit next. Then NVivo will immediately show you a hierarchy chart of those auto-generated themes. This is a part of analysis under this Explore ribbon tab that we haven't discussed so far. Let's talk very briefly about it. This safety theme has 1757 aggregated coding references, which are sentences, which means 1757 sentences this theme has. And this fuel, this has 1682, issue has 1424, and if you hit at it, it will go further into child codes. If you click on home, it will go back to the main display. If you hit at summary, you will see the frequencies as well of those codes. So this safety has 1757 references, and this row government has 556 sentences or coding references. So from this to this level, the sentences are decreasing, which is a hierarchy, and it is shows in the chart. That's why it is called hierarchy chart. By the way, you can change the display as well. You can click here and go to sunburst. It will show you the display like this. If you hit at any parent code, it will show you the child code as well. So this is just another display of the same thing. Again, I would say this is the part of analysis that we haven't touched so far, so I'm going to close it. This is very important. The frequency, the number of sentences that have these words. Compelling people is mentioned in 278 sentences, and those sentences have been coded into the theme called compelling people, and same for other themes as well. You can see that in chart as well, and 3D chart you see. But this is not our today's discussion topic, so I'm going to close it. You can apply this same thing on any file, any text file. Let it be this Twitter profile dataset, text file, or anything. Let me demonstrate it on some other file as well. Babar Azam profile dataset, AutoCode, identify themes, next, finish. And this is the same hierarchy chart. Happy birthday, series, cricket, then sunburst, summary, frequency, chart. Now the question is where to find these auto-generated themes. If you go to this codes tab under coding and hit at this arrow, you will see auto-coded themes, which has those auto-coded themes generated from the search query result dataset. And this is Babar Azam auto-coded themes that I have saved in this way. Hit at it, you will see those themes, and if you hit at Babar Azam AutoCode themes, you will see these themes. By the way, if you forgot to deselect the irrelevant themes at the AutoCode wizard step, you can simply select any theme and delete it. This is the part of a themes refinement that I'm going to discuss in next video. As I told you earlier, not all the automated generated themes make sense. We will address this issue in our next video. So in this video, we have explored NVivo's auto-coding function, particularly identify themes. How to make sense from those auto-generated themes? See my next video. It is very important to watch this playlist in an order. In our next video, I will show you how to identify sentiments using the same AutoCode wizard. And then we have a lot other things to discuss as well. So our journey through the world of Twitter data analysis using NVivo is far from over. So make sure you have subscribed and ready to learn more. I understand that working with data analysis tools like NVivo can sometimes present challenges, especially if you are new to the software. Rest assured, we are here to support you every step of the way. If you run into any difficulties or have questions while using the identify themes or any other thing related to NVivo, feel free to leave the comment below this video.